Say that again.
Whoever brings the beers to the table introduces the episode.
The episode 2.
How'd you like that? How'd you like those eggs?
How'd you like them chickens?
I
said, how'd you like them chickens?
And I said, how'd you like those eggs?
Them eggs. It's them eggs, isn't it?
Them's eggs.
Right, gotta do it.
Cool. Yeah, you sure?
I'm 100%.
Let's go. I see you in the corner of my eye.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Looking at me.
Waiting for you to fuck up.
You gotta know exactly what you're up to. I know it. Okay. Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Over 2 Cans. We don't need to say our names again.
You got the name of the podcast right, Sam.
Everyone watched the hour and 45 minutes last time, so we don't need to say our names again. Jokes! My name's Sam, and this is Alex. Episode 2, we're here on probably the most suspect August on record. How bad has the weather been?
I haven't seen the sun for like 5 weeks.
I think today has probably been the nicest day in August. It hasn't been particularly amazing.
No.
But it's probably been the nicest day, and it's the 25th of August.
It's bad, isn't it?
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, you're going to tell us.
Well, September is going to be sublime.
And was it an Indian summer?
Indian summer. I call it global warming, climate change.
Yeah, well,
We're fucked.
I'm a big supporter of climate change. Read into that what you will.
Alex, because we did an hour and 45 minutes last time, I'm going to swiftly introduce the beers I have brought for you this week. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
I know you've seen the breweries.
Yeah.
But I'm going to introduce the beers
I
now.
don't know the names.
I mean, you knew who the breweries were literally from a glance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's power. That's powerful.
Oh, you mean that I recognise them from
I
didn't.
You haven't had these cans in your hands.
No. But I could tell from the design.
I kind of just waved them past your eyes before I put them in the freezer. And you knew exactly. You were like, Brew York and DEYA.
Yeah, I did. Well, I even knew what style of beer that one was by looking at the can.
Exactly. That's clever, mate. Okay, so first up, we have Jackie Flan. And by the way, I was just going to say, you have the power this episode. Okay. You can decide what way round you want to drink them as well. Okay. So Jackie Flan by Brew York, ladies and gentlemen. Brew York, great brewery. Had to introduce him. Yeah. Didn't think I was going to introduce them so early on. No. But they're here now. Jackie Flan.
Always delivering on the good names, Brew York.
And DEYA. And we learnt last week, DEYA is in my top 3.
Well,
and you know what spot it's got now.
It must be 2.
Correct. So I've also brought DEYA. It's from the Something Good range. And this is Something Good 15.
Cool. I like that. There's a lot going on that can. I look forward to looking at that in a bit.
I have to, I might just say it now actually. The Something Good range by DEYA is my favourite beer series of all time.
Okay, wow. Big talk. Big talk straight out the gate there.
And for all you eagle-eyed viewers at home who are watching us on YouTube, you might notice that we have added an addition to the cans this week. It's all for a good cause. We've got little circles here, and they are hiding the ABV of the beer. So we had so much fun guessing last episode on a lot of stuff. We've decided to, I think I briefly mentioned it to you, but I think we should start a league table.
We're escalating our games already, Sam. You know how much we love making up games, and this is the perfect time to do it.
Absolutely. So what I'm thinking is, whoever brings the beers, the other person has to guess the ABV. Yeah. So you can have until the end of drinking the beer to make up your mind. Yeah. But then you need to select what you think the ABV is. Okay? We're going to do it on both cans. You're going to be guessing this week. And then we're going to have a league table. And we're going to see how well we guess the ABVs and how far out. I know you're really good with stuff like this, Alex. So I want you to think of it's probably going to be really complicated, but a system for the league table.
Does it mean I'm going to have to make a spreadsheet, Sam?
Yes. And I know how much you love a spreadsheet, Alex. Just a quick note. Brew York, one sticker here, another sticker here, and another one. I never realised that the ABV could be mentioned so much on a can. Brew York made my life very difficult.
And you had to double up on the stickers as well.
Yes.
There was a last minute addition, me finding those stickers.
It was. And we're going to potentially get some over 2 cans personalised stickers. Maybe for the next episode.
Just to put over the ABVs.
Yeah, I mean, these stickers says handmade with love. And they were given to you from Pauline, your mum.
My mother. She doesn't know she's given them to me because I've essentially stolen them. But thank you, Mother.
We all know what Pauline's like. She'll be fine.
She'll be delighted that she's included in the podcast.
Yes.
All right. So can I pick a beer to start?
Yes.
Can we get on?
Yeah. I think we should.
I would like to start with Brew York, if that's okay.
Yes. Oh, I didn't tell you what style of beer it is.
Oh, Christ, no.
It's a mixed berry pastry sour.
Wow.
I nearly said stout.
I got the sour from the can, but not the rest of it. But
How does that sound to you? Have you ever had a pastry sour before? Here, take it.
Should we crack them open?
Yeah.
I used to be a big fan of sours, and it doesn't mean I'm not a big fan anymore, but when I first started drinking craft beer, like back in the barrel days, I used to be all over sours. And then, like, I don't know if the sours have got stronger or my palate's got weaker, but like I can't do a whole can anymore or a whole pint.
I'm just going to interrupt your story quickly. I'm really excited to see the colour of this.
I can already see this is going to be...
You know, I said last episode...
Oh, my God.
No, you said to me you can taste the colour purple.
Yeah. Is that why you got them?
This is the definition of tasting the colour purple.
Oh, my God.
It's very purple. But yeah, I get what you mean, Alex. I have had an experience with sours, which I'll go into in a minute. But I just wanted to comment on what you just said. I'm actually with you on the fact I think they've injected steroids into these sours now.
Injected steroids,
honestly,
yeah.
Like they are insane now. Some of these sours you get, and one of the reasons why I decided against the traditional sour and a pastry sour was because of that. That was one of the reasons, because I think. In a pastry sour, it's a bit more mellow.
Right.
It's still sour, don't get me wrong, but it mellows it out a little bit because it's got another component.
Yeah, I hear you.
Present.
I don't think I've had pastry sour before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, I think one of my favourite sours from like back in the beginning was the Salty Kiss.
Yes.
By Magic Rock.
Absolute classic. And that was, I believe that was a Goza. Similar to a sour, but hence the name.
It was very salty. And
Salty
sour,
Kiss.
Anyway.
It's basically a sour with added salt. Anyway, here we go, mate. Episode 2. Cheers. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy it.
Ching. I mean, definitely can't see through this one. What was the word you used that I couldn't describe the other day? Was it tart?
Tart. You tart. One of my favourite insults.
That is why.
Doubles up as a description.
I mean, this
to a beer.
This is delightful. It just tastes like a fizzy Ribena.
Which, 60% of craft beers are adult soft drinks.
That is very true. Very, very true.
It's the fruit.
The fruit is amazing.
Bloody hell! It's
not that sour. You're right. I could just down that.
Do you know what I mean?
And it'd be gone.
I believe it's the pastry.
Yeah, I get it.
I think it just settles it a little bit. I mean, it's still like you going like that.
It takes like a few seconds and then it hits you, doesn't it? I'm sure the more we drink, but
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you were saying, that you've kind of fallen out of love with the style.
Yeah.
I've been to America a couple of times, specifically. Well, I say specifically. In my head, it was specifically to visit craft breweries over there.
Yeah.
But my wife will say otherwise. It was a holiday. And it wasn't based around craft beer. So I can't remember what it was. It was the second time we went. So the first time we went to the West Coast. Second time we went to the East Coast. And on the second trip,
Didn't you say second twice then?
did I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The first time we went to the West Coast. The second time we went to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And on the second trip, we travelled a lot. We did a road trip, and I think it was about halfway through the trip, I had drunk a heavy amount of sours on that trip. And halfway through the trip, I had the worst heartburn, acid
Yeah.
you could ever think of. It was horrible. I was in pain. I was so uncomfortable. And I couldn't operate. So
Yeah,
we went to the pharmacist out there. What do they call pharmacists out there?
Yeah.
Drugstore.
Drugstore,
That's
yeah.
it. Drugstore. We picked up, I told them what the problem was, and they said, right, go over there, pick up it was like a chewing gum container, the max size, called Pepsid.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, Pepsid shits all over Rennies, Gaviscon.
Yeah.
None of the stuff in the UK works. That Pepsid, I wish I had picked up about 10 tubs of it.
Bigger and better in America.
Yeah. And then ever since that moment, I'm scared to drink sours now because I'm scared that it's going to come back. And I was in pain and I was so uncomfortable for about 2 weeks.
Already?
Yeah. It ruined the rest of my holiday.
That's pretty
And
extreme.
I fully blame it on drinking sours.
Did you walk into the drugstore and be like, I've had too many sours. I'll own up to it. And then he's like, I know exactly what you need.
You're the 10th person today.
God, everyone's drinking too many sours these days.
But we were on holiday. It was summer. The weather was nice. This is another thing. People drink sours in the summer.
Yeah, it's
a summery drink.
It is, it's true.
It's refreshing. Most of them are refreshing. So yeah, that's kind of my little story about sours. I drink them now and again, but I am literally scared shitless now to drink too many of them.
Mm.
So you should be privileged. That
Well, I mean, I don't even know what a sour is, I just say the salty kiss with a sour. So.
Like I said, it is pretty much the same. It's just with added salt.
Yeah. Actually, doesn't Steph quite likes a sour, doesn't she?
So my wife doesn't drink beer. She has no interest. She doesn't like the taste of it, but likes sour beer. Mm. Well, fruited sours, I'd say. Not like sour ales and stuff like that. But yeah, correct.
You know who else would probably like a sour is Jack.
Oh,
I bet he loves a sour.
Jack loves his fruity beers, doesn't he? We've never had that conversation with him.
We'll have to ask him. Well, he listens to the last podcast, so Jack, if you're listening, pick up your phone and text us on our WhatsApp group.
I think he did say to me the other day, he was like, I really enjoyed the first episode, but I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh, really? I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. It's all downhill from now, guys.
He was like, I just wanted to mention, and you did that. So there's no point anymore.
Oh shit! That's one less listener,
one less subscriber. Which could do you want to tell our loyal fans, our
loyal fans of? So what I said last week, that if we got 2 YouTube subscribers, then I would continue to make animations on the YouTube videos.
Yeah, because I made your life a living hell on the first episode.
You did. It was a busy Friday, I would admit. But yeah, we ended up getting a total of 4 subscribers.
Yay.
But one of them was me.
And one of them was me.
So we got 2.
There you go. We passed the threshold.
But we did do quite well, actually, because on YouTube we got 33 views, which I thought was quite good.
Well, I think considering we haven't really been on a mission to promote this or push it out.
Hardly at all, yeah.
I think nearly 40 views. It might be 40 views whilst we're recording this.
It's true.
Do you want to have a little check?
if I must,
Have a
yes.
little check.
And on Spotify, I keep wanting to call Spotify Shopify.
Yeah.
Spotify, we had 7 plays. One of them being me, because I just listened to the whole thing. 34 views on YouTube now.
There you go.
One more in 2 days.
It's creeping. It's creeping.
That went up late, actually. That did. So that's literally since Sunday, which is Wednesday now. So.
Is there still a thing of putting out a video at prime time? Like, are there prime times on YouTube anymore?
Well, maybe when you've got like more than 4 subscribers.
Alex, I'm thinking about the future. Okay.
You can set premieres on YouTube, can't you?
Oh, can you?
So you can like make like a whole like countdown. You'd be like, new videos out at 7 o'clock on Friday, and then people can like be sitting there, and there's like a big countdown.
Excellent.
Remember when Bright Eyes released their last album last year?
Yeah,
they did it for every single one of their singles.
Did they?
And I just did you not see any of them when they launched? So I was sending them out to everyone, but there was they literally do like a countdown from 30 seconds on there.
Really?
That's cool. It's pretty cool. Maybe we should do it.
I think we should, but you want more subscribers.
Well, it would actually make sense to have a set time that our videos come out, our podcasts come out every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we could do like, I don't know, when's a good time? Friday?
I think stick to Fridays.
Yeah.
This episode's going to be released on Friday, correct?
Hopefully, yeah.
Stick to Fridays. Who goes out anymore?
Nobody.
Everyone stays at home catching up on their YouTube channels.
They want to buy the beers we're gonna drink the next week.
And that's another thing you've just reminded me. We apologise to our 4 subscribers that we didn't tell you what beers we were going to drink this week, because actually we're doing this a week early.
We're a week ahead of ourselves.
We were so excited last week. We had so much fun. We thought we'd treat you and do a back-to-back episode.
That's not why.
No, it's not. Why are you calling me out in front of our 4 subscribers?
Sam, there's 2 subscribers again.
Yeah, I forget about me and you.
We'll go with the 33 views. That's better.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, I think for week 1, it's pretty good.
Absolutely.
And we're just more than anything, I just enjoy doing this as well. So
it's great fun. It's great fun, but it will be more fun when we've got a merry band of men and women and no children following us and egging us on to do silly
over 18
silly stuff and talk nonsense and drink more and more beer. Just a little fact check from last episode, just because you really like insulted me and threw me out. So Facebook, you laughed at me, right? You laughed at me when I said it was so 2002. Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you think Facebook was created?
2004.
Correct. Shame we haven't got a league table for that, mate. You'd be at the top. 2004, yeah? So you made me feel really stupid, okay? How long did it take to build Facebook? They would have been building it for 2 years at least.
Mark Zuckerberg's built Facebook in a day.
But
Rome. It was just at the universities, first of all, wasn't it?
Mm.
Have you not seen The Social Network?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I can't remember the finer details.
So it came out in 2004
But they must have spent... What I'm trying to say, Alex, is they must have spent a little bit of time making it.
But it was only Mark Zuckerberg in the beginning.
Yeah, so he spent 2 years making it, yeah? And then he released it in 2004.
No, he didn't. Don't bullshit me, Sam. He didn't. He literally just came up with it. Well, he stole it from the Winklevoss twins, didn't he?
He did.
And then...
What a bad man.
I mean, he did well. He's done well, hasn't he?
He has done well. He has. Facebook own Instagram? Correct?
And WhatsApp.
Yeah. He's done very well. I mean, Facebook is a dying breed. That was my point I was trying to make last episode. And that's why we've decided not to have a Facebook page. But Instagram, God, everyone loves the Insta.
I think Facebook are the 7th biggest company in the world.
Really?
They're valued at $1 trillion now. I think that's right.
That is insane. And I don't trust people who don't use WhatsApp.
You don't trust them?
No.
What does that even mean?
I don't trust them. Who doesn't have WhatsApp?
Well,
nowadays?
you know that in America, most people use iPhone Messenger.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
What? That's so backwards.
They do. Yeah.
WhatsApp is amazing. Do you know what? If someone texts me, I ask them to
Send me
whether
a
we can
WhatsApp.
switch over to WhatsApp. It's my OCD.
I hate the Messenger app. I actually went through it yesterday, and I think I had like 95 unread messages or something on there, but they're all just like notifications from like car parking and like DHL deliveries and stuff like that. So I literally just went through and cleared them all, and I was like, and I didn't have any actual messages from real people.
I do that as well.
They're all just automated messages.
Yes, like delivery notifications, stuff like that. I delete them straight away. As soon as the product has been delivered to me, bye, gone. They're one of my really good friends from ITV.
Look at my messages. They're just like from DHL, NHS, my doctors, Monzo, Google. But there's literally like, they're all just from different things. There's thousands of them.
Yeah, one of my really good friends at ITV, his name's Tom. He loves craft beer as well. Just dropping that in. When I first met him, he was texting me for a long time. And probably about a year in, I said to him, Tom, do you have WhatsApp?
A year?
And he was like, yeah. And I was like, Tom, do not text me ever again.
I do think though, like, not so much now, but like even a few years ago, like if you just met somebody, like, it was almost rude to assume they had WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't, because you'd have to like go and like save them as a contact, and then go into WhatsApp and like start a new conversation with them. Whereas on Messenger, it's almost like just sending them a text message.
Yeah.
So I always feel like it's a little bit like you've made the next step in your friendship by being on WhatsApp. But nowadays I'm like, if you're not on WhatsApp, then just don't even bother.
Yeah, just go away. Leave me alone.
I even do it with my clients now as well. I'm like trying to like build them websites and things, like straight into WhatsApp.
It's ridiculous. I might start a petition about no text anymore. Texting is gone. Banished.
Yeah. But I think Apple are making a lot of changes to their Messenger app, because it's available on Android now as well. So WhatsApp was just there at the right time to like fill a void, really.
I love Apple as a company. I love Apple as a brand. But if they manage to get everyone off of WhatsApp back onto Messenger, that would be a good job.
Would you be happy with that though?
It depends. It depends how.
I do find the interface a bit fiddly.
Yeah,
but I think that's just because you don't know it, do you?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been speaking about this for so long.
Talking about last episode, is there anything? Because I just pulled you up on something. Is there anything you want to mention about the last episode? Well, there's one thing standing out in my brain.
Is it about Wylam? So when I said about Newcastle, and I said the place across the river from Newcastle beginning with W, I was like, definitely begins with W. And Gateshead. Silent W.
Just silent W on before that G.
Yeah. There was that. Oh yeah, no, the other thing, which is a little bit funny and also a little bit annoying, and also I kind of blame you for it.
Go on.
You made me put a lot of, so if you listen to the audio version of this podcast, you wouldn't have heard this part, but on the YouTube version I added quite a lot of images and a couple of little videos as well, which
all the feedback I've had so far, they've all said the added images, the footage, all of that made the episode. So just throwing that out there.
Sam, are you lying? Are you lying?
I am lying.
So
I do have to apologise. I gave Alex a list. Well, it was 2 screenshots
from your
notes of the notes page.
That was really useful, and I expect that every week now.
Right, but
because I don't want to have to go through it. It was good.
Set the bar high.
It was good.
But there was a lot, and Alex did text me and just say, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to do all of this. But you did do most of it.
Yeah, I did do most of it. So thank you. So one of the parts, I don't know if you remember, we were talking about scenes in movies where famous actors only have bit parts, and where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson jump off the building and the other guys and they go aim for the bushes. So I took the trailer or that section of the film and put it on the podcast. And I know that this is the thing, but I didn't really think. So after they jump off the building, Foo Fighters My Hero starts playing. So as soon as I uploaded it on Sunday, we immediately got a copyright notice to say that we can't monetize the video. Which is fine because we've only got 4 subscribers and you need 1,000 subscribers to monetize it.
And 40 views. I thought we were going to lead with that.
But with 34 views, yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was a good start to our podcasting career. We've immediately got the copyright claim.
Definitely.
So,
and I've got a question for you. I haven't actually asked you this. When we get to the point, or if we get to the point where we can monetize this venture, would we have to go back to the episodes and take that stuff out?
There is on YouTube. There's actually an option to just mute the section that's copyrighted.
So you could have the images, not the music.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I fucking hate Foo Fighters, right? So I feel like it was like some kind of, like they knew that I hated them, and that's why we got the copyright claim.
That was very strong.
I don't like Foo Fighters. I like Dave Grohl by himself, but I don't like the band Foo Fighters. I've never liked them.
What is it, the music?
Yeah, don't like the music, don't like their setup, don't like what they're about.
What about Monkey Wrench?
Monkey Wrench is okay, it's a passable. The one song I do like from Foo Fighters, it was in the American Pie film. I don't know what it was called, but that's the only.
Is it Everlong? Everlong's a good song.
No, I don't think it was Everlong. Something to do with time?
Yeah, can't remember. But I know what you mean.
That song, I think it was in the first American Pie film. I love that song.
Yeah, but
that is it from Foo Fighters. Everything else, not interested. And it will remain that way.
What about Nirvana?
I love Nirvana. This is unbelievable, right? This is how much we are on the same length, Alex, okay? I brought a story into this podcast episode today,
right?
Which I just wanted to quickly run past you. I don't know if you heard about it in the news today, but I was absolutely flabbergasted at what I was reading. I couldn't believe it. So Nirvana, their famous album,
never mind,
with the baby on the front.
Oh, is it a picture of the kids,
the naked baby on the front?
Yeah,
I can't remember what the album was called.
Nevermind.
Yeah, correct. So the baby
is not a baby anymore.
He is 30 years old.
Yeah.
His name is Spencer Eldon. Okay. Now he is suing Nirvana at the moment. He's suing them for using his image without permission.
Are you joking?
And because he's saying that the image constitutes child pornography.
Well,
what do you say to that?
Okay. Oh, fucking hell. I wasn't expecting this.
I've got a bit more background for you about this, okay? So, his parents, obviously he was a baby. He couldn't make that decision himself. So, his parents, they were given $200 for their son being used on the album cover. Now, over the years, he has recreated the image for Nirvana for their 10th, 17th, 20th and 25th anniversary.
What, not him naked?
Of the album. I haven't looked at the pictures yet.
Right.
But I imagine so. If he's recreating the front of the album.
Okay. Well, not when he was 10, though. That would have been a bit weird.
Well, I don't know. It says here, Eldon has recreated the image several times, including for Nevermind's 10th, 17th, 20th and 25th anniversaries.
I'd need some more context there. I don't think a 10-year-old is going to be on the front of an album cover naked.
So he's suing all of
or 17-year-old for that matter.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they did some subtle covering up on
Speedos
on that. Yeah. So yes, he's suing Dave Grohl, all the surviving band members, Courtney Love.
Fucking hell.
But what doesn't sit right with me is he did all of these celebrations to celebrate the album.
He's obviously run out of money.
And now he's sat down and gone, hold on a second. I am going to sue them because I didn't get a choice in the matter.
Yeah, well, surely he should be... It's his parents, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they are legally responsible for him until he's 18 years old.
I don't know. This bit cracked me up. Now, his lawyer says the depiction of the baby reaching for the dollar bill makes Eldon look like a sex worker. It's a joke, isn't it?
Can't make it up.
Anyway.
A sex worker? Fucking hell.
Do you know what? I brought this in and I was like, if I can fit it in naturally, I'll talk about it. And what did you do?
Well done.
There you go. Natural.
I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it more to actually...
I think it's mental.
I think it is a bit mad, yeah. I mean, no, the fact that he's suing them is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But going back and it being, the famous image that it is, like, you wouldn't get away with it today.
Oh, no, absolutely
on the
not.
front cover.
Apparently his parents were promised...
Imagine Little Mix with a naked baby on the front.
Yeah, apparently his parents were promised that his private parts were going to be covered up.
Really? I doubt that.
Don't know. I don't think that was the deal on the table.
No.
I think they were like... I just think they were like... $200.
Yeah. I mean, $200 is a lot of money, is it? Even 30 years ago, it wasn't a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it probably held more value than nowadays. Yeah. But yeah, maybe they were just desperate for the $200, and then they didn't put the T's and C's in.
He's just bored, and he's run out of money, and he's thinking, it's 2021, you can get away with anything these days. I can just chance my arm.
I want you to guess how much he's suing them for.
Oh, well. I mean, it's in the millions, obviously.
It's not actually.
It's not?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's relatively small, a small amount.
It's less than $1 million? Yeah. Really?
Much less.
Okay, well, if it's much less, I'm going to go with 250,000.
150.
Is that it? Just give it to him.
I know.
What's the big deal?
Considering it's split among a lot of people as well. Courtney Love's been dragged into it. Like, I'm sure they can all chip in.
Sam, you should have started with the kid from Nirvana, Nevermind, is suing them for $100,000. Just give him the fucking money. He paid 200 quid for it. He made millions from that bloody that album.
It just makes the story even more of a joke. But... I was thinking, if he's done all these recreations of the album cover with them, he must be like mates with them as well. What a snidey little... I would have
approached it differently. Dave, Courtney, listen. Like, back in the day, it was 200 quid.
You gave my parents $200.
You've done really well out of it. And I'm 30 now. I'm not as good looking as I was when I was 6 months old. Come on, just chuck me some cash.
Yeah, I'm not being asked to be naked on the front of album covers much anymore.
Just, 150 grand? That'll do, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And I'm sure Dave Grohl, I bet he's a lovely man. I'm sure
he's
he'd be like...
nicest man in rock, Dave Grohl. That's what they call him.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. That is his nickname. I'm sure he would have sorted him out.
Shall we...
New car? Sure.
Shall we call him up? Shall we call up Dave Grohl?
Should we get him on the show?
I'll book him for next week and we can have a word.
Right. I've distracted you for far too long. You're probably halfway through. How does it fare?
Well, the fact that I've got halfway through says a lot. Because normally by now with the sour, I'm like, give me something else.
I'm struggling with the burps again.
Are you?
It's quite carbonated.
It is a bit, yeah. I'm not too bad today. Well, Sam, also we haven't done the ABV game. When does that come?
I said to you at the start, you can do it. You can do it whenever you want throughout your.
Yeah.
I personally, when you bring the beers in next week, I'm going to wait until the end.
Okay.
I want the whole experience.
Right. Okay.
Because there might be some hidden boozy notes at the end, which might throw you off. So it might confuse you more.
So, also we've got to do the rating as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we haven't even spoken about the bloody beer. Jackie Flan.
We are about half an hour in, by the way.
That's fine. It's fine. Just as long as it's not an hour and 46 minutes.
I mean, at this rate.
Jackie Flan. What do you think of that name?
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, correct. So Brew York, for anyone who hasn't drunk any Brew York or haven't drunk a lot of Brew York, they do this great thing with their beers where they name pretty much every beer after a pop culture reference.
A lovely pun.
And they make a pun out of it.
My favourite, I think, is Rhubarber Streisand.
Oh, I love that. It's so good.
And what's the Bruce Forsyth one? Juice Forsyth.
Juice Forsyth. I'm thinking of one with Olivia Newton-John dressed as Sandy on the front, but I can't remember what the pun was.
Don't know that one.
Olivia Newton. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. Sorry. That's really going to annoy me. But yeah, that's 100% my favourite one. And I've still got the can at home, actually. I'm hoping to put it on the wall one day.
It's a nice purple.
Oh, I'm not going to find it, am I? I'm not going to find it. Come on, where are you? Might be on their website. I'll tell you what, whilst I'm on this page, I can have a look in a minute.
Well, I think actually, just given the time constraints, I'm gonna give it a stab at the ABV.
Can I? Okay. Do you want to do that now?
What are you going to say?
I was just going to say I wanted to read their about page.
Oh yeah, of
just
course.
To give everyone at home a little background information. So,
please do.
On Brew York's official website, who are we? Brew York was born out of two friends' passion, in brackets, some would say obsession, for beer and brewing. Creating Brew York was the realisation of a long-lived dream to build a brewery in the centre of York, where the experience and location is as enjoyable as the beer itself. Pull up a chair, take a taste, come and join us. So their beer is produced in cask, keg and can, which is quite standard, and sold throughout the UK, and also widely available internationally.
Oh, really?
Our original brewery is located within York's historic city walls, comprising of a very unique tap room with Riverside Beer Garden right alongside the brew house to showcase our beers at their freshest. They also have two other sites. One is in Pocklington. I don't know where that is.
Never heard of that.
Maybe we could put a little locator on the screen at this point. And their third location...
Thanks, Sam.
Their third location is in Leeds.
A lot of stuff going on in Leeds.
Yeah. I mean, their brew house looks pretty big.
Yeah.
I think they brew a lot. Like, I'm talking about bigger than Big from last episode, and Wylam as well.
Isn't Brew York the ones that did that? The four of the wrestling.
Yes. So I think it might be a potential kind of new series.
Yeah.
But they based 4 of their beers on wrestling puns. So I think the first one was like the Thundertaker.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a Thundertaker. Yeah. I don't know what the other ones were.
Whilst I try and look for some of their beers, take a guess. Take a punt, Alex.
Well, I think
short
that
on time.
My immediate reaction is that it's going to be higher than I think it is, because I feel like the heavy fruit is trying to disguise something a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it like in the top of my head as well.
Okay. Just remember, you are officially entering the league this week.
Right.
Okay.
What about last week? Does that not count?
No, last week was an experiment by all means.
Okay.
This week is the official start of this
You're
league.
really putting the pressure on. Okay, so my initial thoughts is over 6%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the question of how much over.
Okay.
But and then when you hit 7 and 8%, that's a lot.
I'm going to give you your can.
Okay.
Once you've...
do I get to peel it
yeah.
off? Oh.
It's part of the fun, mate. I can't wait to peel my stickers off next week.
All right, I'm going to go...
Just remember, you have 3 choices on where you want to peel.
I'm going to do it from the front, obviously. I'm going to go with 6.6%.
Here we go. 6.6%. I'm excited. I know what the ABV is, but I'm still excited.
I feel like it's higher now, but I'm sticking with it. 6.6. 7.5!
Oh!
Damn it!
Bad start.
That is high.
isn't it? I thought you were going to get closer to that.
Well, in my head, I was like,
I think you were second guessing yourself.
it's just a sour, like, and it tastes like Ribena, like it can't be that high.
To be honest, I did buy that because I thought it would throw you off.
Were you trying to trick me?
Yeah, I was thinking because you don't normally drink beers or sours. Sorry, that high.
No,
sours aren't notoriously high in ABV. And when I saw this on the website where I buy my beers, who shall not be named, I saw the percentage and I was like, that will throw him off.
You've really started something now, Sam.
There you go,
you started an ABV war.
So what did you say?
7. I said 7.5.
No, you didn't. You said 6.6.
6.6.
6.6.
Damn, that's
nearly 10 no.
Yeah, nearly 1% out.
1% out. Sorry, my maths is so bad.
0.9%.
Okay.
That's annoying. I'm annoyed by that.
Yeah.
I think we should just stop the whole thing now. I don't want to do podcasting anymore.
I mean, there was one more thing. I just wanted to read the description on the back quickly.
Okay.
And then just talk about this part of the can.
Are you sure the other two stickers say 7.5?
I'm going to check now.
6.6.
7.2? What?
I'll take it.
I will just double check this one. Just because, imagine if they made a mistake on one of the...
It'd be like a misprinted Pokemon card. Okay, thank you.
7.5.
Triple confirmed.
7.5 all round. So, Drunken Master taking on the legend Goose Lee. So Goose Lee is one of their beers.
Right.
Obviously named after Bruce Lee. Jackie has donned his armour of God and karate chopped up masses of blackberries. Hello. Blueberries.
Hello.
Cherries, which is actually the fruit which is coming out to me the most.
Is it?
Cherries. I think I used to drink a lot of cherry juice when I was younger.
Really?
Don't know why.
I don't like cherries.
Really?
I don't like the texture of them.
I used to go on holiday to Turkey and it's readily available out there, cherry juice.
Oh, really?
And then my mum and dad saw how much I enjoyed it, so I sourced it back at home.
Is it purple?
It's red. Cherries.
I the only cherry experience I've had as a child is cherry Coke.
Oh, really?
Which is a 10 out of 10 for me. Bloody love it.
And vanilla as well in this. I can't.
In my head, I'm just getting raspberries and.
It's not jumping out at me, the vanilla, but maybe more in the aftertaste a little bit to create this super juicy pastry sour. Can this big brawl of fruits win out in the battle of the sours? So they're actually pitting this beer against the Goose Lee.
Yeah.
So I think I've drunk Goose Lee over the years, but we need to drink Goose Lee soon and compare. I like it when they do that. Pitting two beers,
pulling you in.
Two of their creations against each other.
Yeah.
Last thing before we cut this half because we don't want to go on for too long. See this?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Actually,
Oh.
We've got top editor over here.
Thanks, Sam.
We'll get him to put one up. We might try and get
spider diagram up.
We could try and get this one, maybe, if we can find it. So yeah, it's basically.
I think they have it on their website actually.
Okay,
I think
cool.
they do. Yeah.
There you go. So it looks like a spider's web, and it's got 6. What would you say they are? Characteristics.
Hexagonal. Yeah. 6 characteristics.
6 characteristics. So hop, fruit, sweet, bitter, malt, and mouthfeel. And then, Alex is going to get it up, but it kind of spans over this spider web and shows you whereabouts, where it's leaning towards with the characteristics. I really like that about Brew York's cans.
It helps people that can't describe their own taste buds like me.
Exactly.
Well, yes, I can taste the fruit. It's a little bit sweet and a good mouthfeel. Not very bitter though. A little bit malty and a little bit hoppy.
Exactly. I think it's good for the beginners in the craft beer world.
Yeah.
I just think it's great. I like Brew York. I think they're a good brewery. Again, another brewery I've never visited. And I would like to.
Yeah, well, we can definitely go there.
Cool.
Well, these say they've got a place in Leeds as well.
Leeds, yeah. There's
Leeds is something where we have a place where I have to go at some point because they've got so many breweries there, haven't they?
Yeah, and I think it's I think that might be their newest site, the Leeds one.
Right.
So, and we, as we know from our first episode, there are 2 breweries up there we could visit as well.
Mm-hmm. You're going to test my knowledge because I won't remember.
North Brewing. If I've given you that one, you should know what the second one is.
What? Northern Monk.
There you go.
Right.
See, it does stick in.
It does. It gets there eventually.
Look, I can't find this Olivia Newton-John can, so I'm going to leave that one there.
Okay, welcome back to part 2 of Over 2 Cans. Sam, we forgot to do the untapped ratings in the first part.
And most importantly, our ratings.
Our own ratings of the beer, which is almost what this entire podcast is based around pretty much.
Exactly, and we forgot it.
We did.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to forgetting everything.
To that.
So what was the percentage? 7.5.
We'll never forget that.
No.
Okay. Give me your rating.
So how is working? It's every week. So you brought the beers. Everything's coming from my side first.
Everything's coming from your side because I've seen the untapped ratings,
cool.
all of that. So
all right. Well, sours, as you know, have gone down in my estimations over the years. This one is a nice alternative to a strong, tangy sour, but I would literally only drink one of these once in a blue moon.
Would you say that was too much?
What, a whole can?
Yeah.
That amount I will manage, and any more will be too much.
Yeah. Okay. So if that was like that size, it would have been too much. Would have tipped you over the edge.
That extra 60 mil, yeah, I would have been on the floor, mate. I would have been on the floor. Yeah, it would have been far too much.
And obviously, we spoke about it last episode. We've got like a whole system now.
We have
of how we are going to rate our beers.
The can art is joyous.
I like it. And again, this is another can. If it was on a shelf and Brew York was taken away, the words, you would know it was a Brew York can.
Yeah, you'd immediately, distinct. 100%. I mean, yeah, you can tell everything about this beer with. You could take away the style and you'd get it.
And could you tell that was Jackie Chan?
No. No, I couldn't. Just trying to work out if I actually could. No, he's got strawberries for lips. So I don't remember the last time Jackie Chan ate a strawberry.
No.
So, but yeah, the can art's good. It's not my favourite style of can art. I'm not really into it. But
it's no J cover.
It's not. No, it isn't. It's not a beat can, Sam, for God's sake. So I think, based on the taste, the colour as well. I do like the colour. Very, very dark. That
it's Ribena-esque.
And like I said last week about purple, you can taste the colour purple. I can definitely taste this.
Come on then, give it to me.
I almost feel like I want to split my ratings up like more than quarters.
Please do not make this more convoluted than it needs to be. Please.
I apologise. because I feel like I'm just going to give the same ratings every week.
No, you won't.
Okay.
You won't.
Right.
You won't.
375.
Although I am still on the old 3.75 for me. Well, in our last episode, I rated the 2 beers we drank a 3.75 as well.
3.7.
Yeah, I mean it's probably leaning towards a 4 more. For me. But I
only for the style though.
Do you know why? I've had to not mark it down. That's the wrong term. Why I've stuck it at 3.75 is because I've drunk a lot of pastry sours in my time, and the best pastry sour I have ever drunk, I can't remember the name of the actual beer, but it was by a brewery called Malt Garden.
Yeah.
They're a Polish brewery.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have, yes.
And I believe they are the masters of the pastry sour. And it's, you do it, you naturally compare to your previously drunk.
Agreed.
And this wasn't as good. I think I definitely gave that pastry sour from Malt Garden. It was well into the 4s.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4.75.
Wow.
I'm not going to check.
That's big.
But
That
I
is
will.
big.
I will check for the next episode. Okay, mate. What do you think this has been rated on Untapped as? How did we do this last episode? Did you want to know the total number of people?
Well, I guessed the number, didn't I, as well?
I forgot you chose difficult mode.
Extreme mode.
Extreme mode, yeah. Okay.
Do we know the age of the beer? How long it's been around for?
This is why I think we should skip this part.
Okay, well, how about this then? I can work out from the expiry date of the can how new the beer is.
You really want to stick on the expert mode, don't you?
This has got an expiry date of May. Oh, it's actually got a can date as well.
Oh.
10th of August, so
There
it's
you
brand
go.
new.
All right, that's how we could do it from now on. If it's got the can date, then when it was canned.
So this beer is 2 weeks and a day old.
There you go.
That should be on the front of a Nevermind album.
Okay.
A Nirvana album.
This is a good clue for you, Alex.
Okay, so it's 2 weeks, 1 day old. So it's going to be low, but Brew York are pretty big. But I think still, 2 weeks is not long, is it? Oh, I don't know now. Okay, what did I say last week? 300, and I was pretty close to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't, what do you say? Don't change whilst you're winning or something?
Uh-huh.
That famous phrase. You know what I mean. 300.
196.
No, I was going to say 200, and I changed it.
Are we doing a league table for this?
Yeah,
as well?
why not?
Oh, okay, great. 196. And the interesting fact on that is 196 unique ratings as well.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So everyone who has tried this beer has only tried it once.
I like that you're just ignoring me.
Sorry, say that again. I completely zoned out.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the saying.
That's the saying. Did you ignore me just then?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So 196 unique ratings as well. So everyone who has drunk this beer has only drunk it once.
That's interesting.
And rated it once.
You know why that is, Sam? Because no one actually likes sour beers, but they just bought it because they wanted to try it.
It's just for the hardcore Untapped users like me who are
I
have to drink every single beer.
Not a single person has logged it twice out of 196 people.
No.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting.
That says to me that people don't buy multiple sours at a time, but it also says that no one's liked it enough to go back and drink it a second time. But it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack, Alex. Come on, 2 weeks.
2 weeks in a day.
Okay, so that's 196 unique ratings, which will lead you down the path to what you think the global Untapped rating is.
I always feel like the newer the beer is, the higher the rating is, and then as the people come in, it's like a bell curve, isn't it?
I like that you've made that correlation because I think about that a lot.
Yeah, as the people that are trying the beer later on come in, they're a bit more like, they don't like to rate the beers so highly.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more strict to their ratings.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, I said 3.75. I think there are quite a few people that are giving it a 4, so I'm going to say in between. So I'm going to say 3.87.
You are close on the old global Untapped ratings. 3.96.
I'll take it. That's close.
When you said about the 4, I was thinking, here we go. Here he is. Here he is. He showed up today. Yeah. Well, that is Jackie Flan, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
I did really enjoy it. Because of my little story at the start, I don't drink sours a lot nowadays. So it was quite refreshing to have a sour.
I think there's a late night pharmacy at Tesco's, Sam.
Yeah, but they ain't selling Pepsid. And Pepsid is what I need. No, I feel fine. My heartburn isn't here yet. I'm hoping that this one might
It's a winner.
demolish that.
Well, that's the only time you're going to drink it, Sam, let's be honest.
Correct. I'm not going to drink it again.
I topped up our vinegar bottle today.
You remembered this week.
And I also got this little jar for us putting the spillage into.
Excellent.
So for those that weren't around last week, Sam and I went to the London Craft Beer Festival Friday week, gosh gone. And the London Beer Factory had these little vinegar bottles to wash out our glasses every time we had a beer, which was very thoughtful of them. So
this is so exciting. I love this. Give it a good swish.
A little swirl out. Wonder what that tastes like. Sour.
Try it.
No thanks. Sour water.
Look at my technique.
Oh,
mate.
Was you working behind the bar at the beer
was.
factory?
That's my secret occupation. Want some more?
Yes, please. I can still smell the sour.
Let's get rid of this.
But that sounds weird just on the audio. Excuse me.
Perfect.
Well done.
Already coming in handy.
It is. That was a worthwhile investment.
It was.
Did I tell you how much that cost?
I'm going to guess, considering we love a guess. I'm going to go with 89p.
Wow. No.
You know, one of those mass-produced from China jobbies.
Well, yeah, it is, but I got it from Amazon.
Okay.
So I don't think you can I don't think you can get anything delivered for 89p off Amazon.
They had to put a little bit extra on top.
I mean, to be fair, considering that got packaged up and sent to me for £3, it's not bad. Also weighed nothing as well.
Right, get rid of these Jackie Flans.
Goodbye, Jackie Flan.
Get them off the table. Right, I think we're going to dive straight into this beer. And then, what are we going to do? We literally just spoke about Alex.
Oh, I don't remember.
We're going to call Oliver.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was something important we were doing about the beer.
No, we are going to call your brother.
Do you want to recap on last week?
Yeah, so last episode, Alex played a little bit of a prank on his brother.
Prank? Fuck off, it wasn't a prank.
And so Oliver is a subscriber to Beer 52. He gets their subscription boxes. He's been on a steady decline for over the course of the 2 years he's been with them. Just on quality of beer and variety of beer, I believe. And Alex decided to slip a few surprises into Ollie's latest subscription box. So he put 4 cans of cider, and they were party-sized cans, so they were about that big, and 2 mixed vodka-cola drinks from Smirnoff. Now, Ollie wasn't impressed. Well, actually, that's a bit of an understatement, isn't it? He was fuming. He sent us a video saying, "Look what Beer 52 has sent me,"
which was on the YouTube video from last week.
Yeah,
I'm not adding it again.
Well,
this week.
I don't know why I'm repeating myself. If you want to know the story, go and watch the last episode.
Right.
He thought that Beer 52 had sent him cider and vodka. He sent us a video with his frustration, and then I found out that Alex had put them in his box. But by that time, he had sent a complaint email to Beer 52. And they said that they were going to investigate the warehouse and find out what had gone wrong down the line. And then, Ollie had received the email, and he'd, by that time, found out that Alex was the culprit. So I think we need an update from him now.
The latest is that he's spoken to Beer 52, and I think he's gone down the lines of basically blaming me and apologising to them. I think he was on
Don't give it away, Alex. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
I think he was on a chat. You know, you do those web chats.
Yeah.
So let's see what he has to say for himself.
Let's see.
He just texts me saying he's going outside.
Bonjour.
Do you answer every phone call, Bonjour?
It's like Groundhog Day.
Just us. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Ollie, you're live on the Over Two Cans podcast. Please do not swear.
Oh my god! I'm so nervous.
So Sam just given. I've already actually mentioned about our mother tonight, Ollie, so it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's in Jamaica right now.
Yeah. So Sam just given a little lowdown on the situation thus far, and obviously we spoke earlier about you getting on a live chat with them. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct, Alex. That is absolutely correct. I'm just pulling up the email now, actually. A little back and forth rapport that we had going on. Me and, what was her name? Megan. Lovely girl. Lovely lady. So, yeah, I mean, obviously I went on to Beer52's website and was like, you know what, I reread my email today and I was like, I initially thought I was a bit, brash, but I actually think I was all right. I was playful.
What did your original email say?
I said, "Hey guys, 2 months now. I've had cider in my crates. I didn't complain last time. I don't know how I had it."
Wait, hang on. You had cider in there before.
I feel like I did.
What?
That wasn't you.
No, that definitely wasn't me the first time.
Yeah, the month before there was like a stray tin of cider as well. Someone's obviously been doing it a couple of times. So I was so confused. So I said, for 2 months now, I've had cider in my crates. I didn't complain the last time as I thought it was a one-off. But this time I've got 4 cans of cider and then 2 Coca-Cola drinks. I just want beer in my boxes, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty.
Actually,
that's fair.
I said cheers. To be fair. I was
cheers.
trying to play cheers.
Yeah.
It'd be quite appropriate to mention seeing this is a beer podcast.
Yeah.
And then Megan came back. Hi, Ollie. Thank you for reaching out and please accept my apologies on today in response to him. Quite a busy time here at 52. We're a small team working through an unprecedented amount of requests, but we're working around the clock.
That old jargon. Yeah.
Exactly, etc. Very sorry to hear this. This isn't ideal at all and should not have happened. Let's get this fixed. Could you take a picture of what you did receive there, as well as the label on the side of the box? Yeah, etc. Right. Anyway, I'll skip ahead. Right.
Did you send them a picture?
I did. Well, I'll get to it. So I went back. Dear Megan, thanks for coming back to me on this. Since my email, I realised the error lies on my end. Quite a funny story, is it, guys? As it turns out, my older brother Alexander put the little tins of cider and vodka colas in my beer 52 box. I did think this most odd to find drinks that weren't beer in there, but my mind went straight to a fault of Beer 52's hand, which I should not have done. I need to work on this as a flaw in my personality and not jump to false conclusions. Please accept my apologies for any confusing caused. And then I just wanted to take the opportunity to mention something else. I do have a small request, if possible, that I no longer receive stouts, as I have since changed my palate to prefer the taste of a wheat beer or IPA. All the best. Cheers, Ollie.
Cheers again.
Ollie, the question is, why did your mind wander to Beer 52 doing this to you? Because
I honestly thought they were branching out or something like that, thinking we've just got a couple of...
Branching out to vodka?
Coca-Colas lying around, let's just put them in there.
Smirnoff mixes you can buy from Sainsbury's.
I don't want to them too much live on air or whatever.
No, Ollie, that was a very well articulated email, actually.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think that was good. You did well.
And has there been a response, Ollie?
There has, from Megan, lovely Megan. She said, "Hi, Ollie. Thank you for confirming. You wouldn't believe how many times this happens, so don't fret, as we understand." She went on to talk about, obviously the thing where I was talking about getting less stouts, where she said she could offer me a light case, which is for vegans, Alex, if you'd be interested, where they include more IPA pale ales and stuff like that. So I was like, take her back. I can imagine so. Sorry to be another one adding to that list. The lighter plan sounds great to me. Pale ales and IPAs are right up my street. Also, my address has changed since. Yeah, you don't really need to know that. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely day.
What's your new address, Ollie? Just so everyone knows.
I'm living in Tooting now, and
Well, I'm quite glad that it ended quite well, and it's also quite good to know that it happens quite often.
I did actually sign off the email. Also, my address has since changed to the below. If you wouldn't mind updating it, it means that I have moved away from my brother, so he can no longer mess with my crates.
Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna get Beth on the case now. I'm gonna send her some B52 tape that she can open and retake the boxes up to make it look more authentic next time.
I'm actually drinking a delicious Tiny Rebel tonight.
Okay.
Ooh.
What one?
It's some what's it? Hawaiian. I had to walk away from my flat because there's such terrible signal in there.
I think
some kind of Hawaiian juicy one, blue tins. Very nice. Enjoying it.
Club Tropica. Club Tropicana.
That's the one. Yeah.
That one.
What would you rate it on a 5-star scale, Ollie?
I'd probably give it like a 4.
Oh, wow, that's good.
I'm really quite enjoying it. I don't know. I'm on my second one now. I feel like maybe it could get a little bit sickly. Do you know what I mean? It's very sweet.
Tiny Rebel have just released a non-alcoholic version of that beer you're drinking, Ollie.
Oh yeah. Well, won't be having that anytime soon. So,
anyway,
what's the point?
Ollie, thank you so much for the update and for bringing this 2-week conversation to a conclusion.
It's been good.
I make it a weekly thing.
I was definitely wanted to be the devil on your shoulder, Ollie. I wanted you to carry on.
I was really tempted, but then
I wanted you to push the boundaries to see how much free shit you could get from them.
Yeah, I reckon I could have. I really could have.
Your Jiminy Cricket spoke up,
and then you would have been exposed on the Over 2 Cans podcast.
Exactly, and karma would come and bite me in the arse, wouldn't it? So,
karma is a bitch.
That's a good guy. It really is. So,
right.
Right. Best of luck, chaps.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it will be out Friday, hopefully. So I'll send you the link.
Cheers, Ollie.
Nice one.
All right. Have a good night. Speak to you later. Bye.
There you go.
Brilliant. And a very amicable conclusion, I think.
Yeah, I think obviously he has his frustrations with the service at the moment.
I think you're just constantly digging up.
It's true though. He is frustrated with the service, but I'm hoping that we've done him a favour in the long run because now he's updated his preferences.
That's true.
He wouldn't have done that off of his own back.
That's true. That is true.
He's updated his preferences and his address. There you go. You know what Ollie's like.
He's moved out 4 months ago and he's still getting them delivered here. So every time he comes here, there's another box for him to.
I suppose it's an excuse for him to come back to the family house.
Very true.
Anyway, have you had a sip?
I haven't. No.
Have a sip. I've been cracking on, mate.
Oh, I thought we were waiting. Sorry.
This can's empty.
Oh shit!
No, I'm joking.
You bastard.
So this is DEYA. Something Good 15.
What's it called?
Something Good 15.
Time has come.
Forget about that. It's called Something Good 15.
Okay. It's not confusing.
I think it is. The artwork is a little bit confusing. You're correct, but I think they are referring to this boxing match below.
The greatest fight in brewing history. Well, everyone knows that's not true because the greatest fight in brewing history is between Wylam and Verdon.
This is true. This is true. So Domingo, the knockout champion. So Domingo is this crocodile here. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can get an image up, Alex. That is kind of DEYA's mascot.
It is, yeah.
He's on pretty much every single one of their cans.
What are these stickers? Can I peel them off?
No, not yet. Unless you want to have a guess now.
Well, I've only had one sip, so no.
Take a gamble. Lose the league.
I mean, there's more on the can that will give me answers to the question I'm trying to solve.
Indeed. And then on the other side, I think it's either a tortoise or a turtle wearing sunglasses.
Looks like a tortoise.
And his or her name is Simone.
Okay.
Or Simon. The Iron Fist Challenger. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're trying to introduce a new mascot. And this is the can to do it. I'm
Okay.
going to kind of see if you guys can see the turtle, just in case Alex can't find a picture of that. You might be able to just find a picture of the can.
In worst case scenario, I could just take a picture of it, Sam.
Or that, if you want to go the extra mile. So yeah, I briefly mentioned it before. Something Good is my favourite beer series of all time. They started it last year.
I mean, this is good so far.
Good to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I have had some absolute bangers from this series.
So is 15 means that they're on number 15?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So it started last year, and they brewed a beer every month.
Okay.
So 1 to 12, and they've somehow kind of,
They're doing it quarterly now, maybe?
well, they've relaxed a little bit this year,
yeah.
because I was trying to work it out before, and obviously there's only been 3 this year.
Yeah, well, that would be quarterly, but it would fit, wouldn't it? So
It would.
we'll keep an eye on that.
We will. Yeah, I was going to have a quick look on my Untapped. I'll just read a couple of my reviews from the Something Good range.
Sam likes to write very detailed reviews
And honest.
and honest reviews on Tap. So if you ever bored,
The thing is, I don't think I can do that anymore because of Craft Line. But I want to stay true to myself. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough one.
It is tough, isn't it? Because
It's a tough one.
you're almost losing your what's the word? I'm doing it again, Sam.
Oh no.
Oh dear, he
can't read your
forgot
mind.
the word again.
Right, Something Good 12, for example. I gave it a 4.5.
Wow.
So this was when I thought Something Good 12 was going to be the last in the series.
Oh, for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the 12th one, and I thought, oh, they're not going to do this next year. The last in the series, and it was a good one. Not normally a big fan of a citrus-focused beer, but I didn't even notice it with this one. To the best series of beers I've ever had. Full stop, ever, in capital letters.
Wow.
Full stop. That I mean, I don't need to read anymore. I think that says it all. But I did have a little glance at some of the others, and they're all in the 4s.
All of them.
Yeah, I think there was one I had last year, or it might have been one of the ones from this year, which I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
Might have been the only one.
That just says a lot about DEYA as well, doesn't it?
DEYA.
There's a reason that they're like considered one of the best, if not the best, craft beer brewery around at the moment.
I love DEYA. You love DEYA. A lot of our friends love DEYA. Another brewery I haven't been to. I've been foiled twice by DEYA.
Right.
I've been in Cheltenham, so DEYA are from Cheltenham. I've been in Cheltenham twice, and most craft breweries only open their doors up at the weekend,
Yeah.
which is annoying. And yeah, the 2 times I was in Cheltenham, I was there on a Monday to Wednesday or Thursday, and their doors weren't open for me.
Did you not just knock on the door and say,
No.
can I come in?
I wish I should have gone there and just begged outside, just be please
Should have
let
said,
me
this
in.
is Sam from Over 2 Cans. The podcast won't exist for another 6 months to a year.
Indeed.
Imagine if we get to that point, Sam, where people actually know who Over 2 Cans
Who we are.
Yeah.
One come and harass us on the streets.
not to that extent. But, you know,
Oh my God.
within the industry.
Look,
What?
I just said to you they're not open during the week. They've just started opening during the week now. Open on a Wednesday now. Ridiculous.
When did you go? When was the last time you went to
So
Chelsea?
the last time I went to Cheltenham was when I got married.
Oh, okay.
We
you were going to go on your wedding day?
no, it was our little mini moon afterwards.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because we couldn't go on a honeymoon to South Africa. That was our plans initially.
Yeah, your wedding was a bit unfortunate, wasn't it?
It was
really?
a COVID wedding. I was only allowed 10 people there. You weren't even allowed there.
I didn't even go. I watched it on the internet.
You couldn't fulfill your usher duties
I sat on the sofa and watched it with Angie.
and cried your eyes out.
I haven't cried since I was 4, Sam.
Yeah, so Steph, this is one thing you need to understand about Steph, my wife. she wears the trousers in the relationship. So I didn't have a choice in the matter on where we were going for our little mini moon. So she chose Cheltenham, unbeknownst to her. DEYA were there. And don't get me wrong, I didn't go to their tap room or to their brewery, but I drank an awful lot of it. It was everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere in Cheltenham.
What is it? Just in the pubs, you mean?
Really?
All the
pubs.
Oh,
there were
amazing.
Some great tap rooms I visited
Yeah.
there. Craft beer pubs, and it was everywhere.
Was it as common as water?
They celebrate DEYA out
I
there.
bet they do.
Yeah.
Out there. It's Cheltenham, Sam.
They celebrate them.
On Cheltenham Island.
No, because I went to Bath a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Electric Bear.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that brewery?
Yeah.
They are from Bath.
Uh-huh.
And I was surprised that I didn't see a lot of Electric Bear. We ate out every night.
Right.
4 nights on the trot. Went to a lot of pubs. Didn't see a lot of Electric Bear around, which was interesting. But Cheltenham, on the other hand, they support the DEYA.
Look after their own over there.
Yeah, and I think DEYA is kind of owned by, it's like a family unit who own DEYA.
Right.
I think there's like 3 brothers involved. One of them started it, and then he got his 2 other
I
brothers.
thought it was 4 brothers, Sam. There's Dave,
Oh yeah,
Eric, Jonas,
Domingo,
and Alex, actually.
Yeah, so I think it's a brotherly affair.
Oh.
And so next time I go to Cheltenham, they better be open.
Well, if you do go, let me know and I'll come with you. We can join them together. We need to start making a list of the order in which we're going to visit breweries.
I just don't. It's going to be very difficult to just do it all, isn't it? We will get round to it. There will become a point where we're visiting and not as many craft breweries are popping up.
What do you mean, not popping up?
Well, like new ones, you know?
Well, yeah, they're always going to pop up though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, but then the market will be oversaturated.
Well, it was like what we were speaking to a guy from within the craft beer world the other day on that call that we had, and he was saying that the bigger breweries the most popular breweries become the biggest breweries, and then people kind of lose interest in them to an extent. And then that leaves space for the next brewery below to move up.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just business in general. That's how it works. Like everyone always has to start from nothing, and then the more popular they get and the bigger they get, people then start to fall off of them, and then that pulls somebody else up. I think there's a very good South Park episode where they had a Walmart in their town and then they burnt it down, and they went and joined. Everyone went to the guy next door who had like this little tiny shop, and then his shop became so big and it turned into another Walmart, and they burnt his shop down because he became most popular again. That's how craft beer works.
The circle of life.
It's a circle of
The circle of life, and
the circle of business.
Yeah, and I think it is kind of like there is this thing in the craft beer world where new generations are popping up.
Yeah.
I never want to see the day. I hope I never see the day where DEYA and Verdant are forgotten. I don't think I will see that day. But yeah, it's all about being on trend, isn't it?
Yeah.
More trendy craft breweries will be round the corner.
Yeah.
And they will learn from breweries like DEYA, Verdant, Wylam, Beak. They will learn from them, and they will be like, we're going to do it better. And some of them might get through that net and do it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we're doing what we're trying to do with Craftline. Knock a few kings off their thrones.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I suppose we're just the next step above the craft beer. The people that are brewing the craft beer, we're selling the cans.
Some would say we're the new generation who are going to pop through. So about page on DEYA, we've had a little chat. So they're obviously from Cheltenham. They're an independent brewery. We focus on hoppy beers, lagers, traditional UK styles, and mixed fermentation ales. We strive to make world-class beer. And they do.
They do, yeah.
They do. They've made that happen. Our on-site tap room is at the heart of our brewery and is open every week, but not on Wednesdays, for fresh tins and delicious draft pours. We take a holistic approach to business, striving to be the best employer we possibly can be.
Nice.
While operating in a fair, sustainable and human-driven way. Keep on crocking. Little mention to their mascot there.
Keep on tortoising doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
It doesn't. I think they did a really good job selecting their mascot. Crocodiles are an interesting animal to look at.
Mm-hmm.
If I started a company and DEYA didn't exist, I'd like to use a crocodile as a mascot.
Would you?
Yeah, it's a cool animal.
Are you sure it's crocodile, not alligator?
That is the debate, isn't it? That was I like this last paragraph. We take a holistic approach to business, striving to be the best employer we possibly can be, while operating in a fair, sustainable, and human-driven way, which is quite topical at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
We're not going to name any names. I don't think we should name names. I think anyone who's into craft beer would know what's been going on lately with a certain brewery. Intimidation amongst staff. They don't do that, apparently.
Well, apparently
might be proven wrong a year down the line.
It's a bit of a tough subject to discuss, isn't it? And I don't know enough about it to have a conversation, because I've only heard whispers and I haven't read up on it. But probably should read up on it, because it's probably important if you're supporting breweries and companies that you love, that you think are doing a good job, and it turns out that actually they're not treating people with the respect that they deserve.
Exactly.
Then you need to put your money elsewhere. Yeah,
I mean what's scary is the smoke and mirrors, isn't it? That someone's perception of a company could be the complete opposite to what's actually going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we can have a read into it, and maybe we can dedicate an episode to it at some point down the line. We can have an actual debate and conversation about it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I agree with you. Maybe we should leave that one there.
I have been listening to a few podcasts in the last week that have broached the subject as well. I'll try and find the one I listened to, and there was a BBC podcast as well that touched on it, so maybe I'll try and find them and put them in the description on YouTube.
Cool, lovely. So nearly halfway point. How is it faring?
It's a very classic DEYA taste. It's just a very, very smooth taste, and it just like hits you right in the back of the throat, and then that's like, it's almost like a cold effect, like beyond the rest of the mouth.
It's interesting. It's interesting you say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that always reminds me of a DEYA.
Okay.
More than anything else.
I think like breweries, and I know I keep coming back to it, but breweries like DEYA and Verdant tend to have a kind of blanket taste.
Yeah.
Which they own.
Yeah.
They own that taste. Like if you had a blindfold on, Alex, and you didn't know that can was being poured or that beer was being poured, you could probably have a pretty good guess at that being a DEYA.
Yeah, I agree.
definitely could.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice that there is that consistency in a brewery, and you can get that. I like that with Verdant, actually, that I know instantly that I'm drinking a Verdant beer, and it's kind of like a comfort.
I think it does also lean towards them not straying too far away from a specific recipe. Like they wouldn't like be as adventurous as some other breweries who are willing to like put themselves out there and make something completely left field that they've never made before. And I feel like DEYA is a bit more conservative in that aspect, in that they won't stretch to, go too far away from the, their baseline, basically.
Correct. Right, I'm going to read the little blurb on the can. Something Good is a rotating IPA series where we explore new ingredients, techniques, and processes with the hope of hitting on something good. Enjoy. And then there's a little bit more. For the 15th iteration in this IPA series, we have experimented with a new hop product from Yakima Chief Hops. I will come on to that. Cryo Pop. So that is a...
Sounds like a Japanese...
It does. It has Japanese vibes. Hopped exclusively in the Whirlpool with Cryo Pop Original Blend, and dry hopped with Citra and Cryo Pop Original Blend. Fruity banger ensues.
Fruity banger. I like that.
I'm not getting that much fruit from it.
No, but I like the words fruity banger.
Fruity banger. It's fun to say as well. I'm getting more kind of straw notes, like grassy notes. Mm-hmm. I think this is quite a grassy beer. I am enjoying it though.
So I think I'm ready to have a pop at the Abava.
Okay. If you want to do that.
Now, if I know you, Sam, and I do know you, I feel like you would have gone for one higher ABV and one lower ABV. You wouldn't pick two in the same ballpark. I don't think.
Okay.
And the fact that this is an IPA and not a dipper or a tipper, and it definitely isn't a dipper or a tipper because you'd be able to taste it.
I think you're thinking too much into it, mate.
I'm not thinking too much into it. I'm not at all.
I like your little Poirot roundup though.
So 7.5 on the Brew York. This one's gonna be in the 5s, and if it's in the 6s, then I'm going home. I'm gonna say a high 5. I'm really not sure about this. I'm gonna go with a 5.8.
Reveal. Come on.
I know your little smarmy face there. Are you trying to trick me now? Can I change my mind?
I'm telling you now. No, you've locked it in now.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, it was like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Final answer. You've locked it in.
It's going to be in the 6s, isn't it?
I think
these stickers are really hard to get off.
Someone might be going home.
Oh, god damn. Okay, here we go. And it is 6.2. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, you were close.
That's all right.
To be fair, I actually forgot what the actual ABV was. I thought it was higher than that.
Yes,
so actually,
I'll take that.
I think, well, you need to take that for the league table, mate. If you hadn't got close to this one, you would have been screwed,
God.
mate. I would have been walking into the next episode with the belt round my waist already.
At what point does the league table end?
Literally, I was just thinking that.
Are we going to do a season 1?
I think we should do it in seasons, correct? But how many episodes in a season?
I think it will naturally come to an end. Maybe like around Christmas time when we've got to have like a winter break or something.
A winter break. We're very close to winter though.
I mean, I don't know. We'll probably end up doing more at Christmas, won't we?
I don't know what the definitive answer is for a season.
There isn't one.
There isn't. We can just make it up.
I mean, look at The Simpsons. They do like nearly 30 episodes.
Okay, should we let it run alongside a typical season of The Simpsons?
No.
Which is like 24 episodes.
I mean, like over a year.
It wouldn't though if we were doing it fortnightly.
Okay, it'll be nearly a year then. It'll be 24 episodes.
Well, let's do the league table year by year.
Okay, so what?
I tell you what. If we get some more subscribers, we could ask our audience to determine what a season is.
Okay,
for
the
us.
first person to comment on YouTube, any number within reason.
Within reason. I was just about to say any number within reason.
Under 24, because 24 is going to be...
Yeah.
Okay, so a number between 10 and 24.
Okay, yeah. First person who comments on our YouTube video gets the...
and that'll be our season 1.
Yeah.
And that's our league table.
Cool.
Okay, done.
Here we go.
Can I comment on that? Will that be the first one?
Don't make a fake. Don't make a fake YouTube account and then comment.
I've actually got 5 YouTube accounts now. So you wouldn't even know. If it was me.
Verify the YouTube.
No, I wouldn't do that.
User.
I want someone to actually, acknowledge the existence of over 2 cans.
Cool. So on this can, there is this symbol. Again, I don't even need to say it. Yakima Chief Hops. Do you know who they are? Do you want to know who they are?
They're not anything to do with Japan.
No, they're not actually.
Yakima sounds like a Japanese word.
It does. Unless I'm completely wrong. I don't think they are from Japan. Let's have a little read. Yakima Chief Hops is a 100% grower-owned global hop supplier with a mission to connect brewers with family hop farms.
Is that their website?
Yes.
Where are they from though?
Oh, customer service number 509.
Good. The contact page not have an address.
Contact. I don't know. Oh, connect. Here we go. It doesn't say it. You have a look at that. I'm going to carry on reading.
Goodness sake, Sam.
So, Yakima Chief Hops, they've been operating for more than 30 years. And they have basically become more than a hop supplier, they're saying. We are leaders of innovation, quality and customer service. We are a resource for brewers, providing solutions-based products and research. We are advocates of sustainability and meaningful social causes, working to support the environment and communities around us. That's a nice message, isn't it? See, I'd quite like to say it's not an official collab, but it is some kind of collaboration with Yakima Chief Hops.
I think they're American.
Well, they've obviously expanded into...
I think they're American, Sam.
It says American hops from the Pacific Northwest.
There we go.
Just the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. I like it.
Yeah, but Yakima Chief Hops, I think they're kind of acting like a middleman, aren't they? Mm-hmm. With the breweries and making the hop game fair game. Do you get what I mean?
Is that your new slogan?
making the hop game fair game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's good that UK breweries are getting hops from a reliable and trusted source. Mm-hmm. That's basically what they're saying on their website.
It's good. Yep, I'm into it.
And I've heard about Yakima Chief Hops. I've never read into them, but I've heard about them before. There are other beers I've drunk where Yakima Chief Hops are on the can.
Yeah.
And saying, we've provided these hops. It's kind of like a bragging rights, isn't it? Like, we've supplied the hops to DEYA for this beer. So you know you're getting it fair.
It's almost like a sponsorship, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like fair trade.
It's good.
Amongst
the
food world.
This can was born on the 5th of August, which is a little bit before Brew York was. Mm-hmm. And given it being DEYA and then being very popular, and that the Brew York was at 196.
Good memory skills there, mate. You're not all goldfish.
Just most of the time. So I'm going to say, given the extra few days and the popularity, I'm going to go with 400. I'm close, aren't I?
I'm not saying a
and
word.
75. Fuck's sake, I hate this game already.
400 and 1.
Ah, the worst one!
Mate, you should have just stopped at 400. I literally, I thought he's got it. He's got this one. The day when one of us gets it bang on, like no room for movement either side. Something needs to happen. Something amazing needs to happen.
I'll get some party poppers, and we can just keep them for eternity.
We'll just keep them on this table, because it will happen one day. Okay.
I could read your face though when I said 400. I knew I was right.
Next time I'm going to look away. But you did say 400 before I pulled any kind of facial expression. So 393 of them were unique.
Wow.
So a few duplicates
8
so far.
duplicates.
And I'm ready for you, mate. I'm ready for the global untapped rating.
It's going to have the DEYA biased on it to start with, which is they always get rated higher because they've got the name DEYA. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely over 4. And I'm going to give it, and I'm probably doing it as well because it's DEYA, but I do genuinely like it.
Okay.
And I could sit there in a pub and drink that all night.
Okay.
Maybe not all night at 6.2%, but I could have 3 of them at least.
At least.
4.25.
4 point.
No, that's my rating.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you were guessing. I was on the complete wrong guessing game right then. You're giving it a 4.25?
Yeah, that's my
okay.
rating. Sorry, I wasn't clear, but
It's
that
fine.
is the order that we do it in.
Okay. 4.25. Interesting.
So, what are you going to give it?
Do you want to guess what mine's going to be?
Okay, well, seeing as you've had something good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. There's a lot riding on this one. So, I think you're going to go a bit lower than me. I think you're going to give it a 4.
Incorrect.
Oh.
I am giving this beer a 3.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
I
didn't-
feel bad. I feel really bad giving it that rating. But again, I will go back to a natural comparison.
Yeah.
Especially when a brewery comes out with a series. Like you just said, I've drunk 14 other versions of this series. And for me, I struggle. It was too grassy for me. That was what it came down to. Too grassy.
Right.
It's like I'm drinking it and I don't get anything more from it.
Okay.
I actually, maybe it's a bit harsh saying it, but I would be leaning towards it being quite bland for DEYA.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's different for you because this is the first you've had in this series.
I think so,
I believe.
I think so.
So you're not basing it on any kind of comparison. I know you've drunk a lot of DEYA beers, but this is a series, you know.
Yeah, I think I do like this style of beer. It does lend to my palate quite a lot. Though I do enjoy
You
it.
like grassy types.
Yeah. Also, there's also like a very like small hint of floral in there as well.
Yeah. And
I like that.
sometimes I struggle with
Really?
heavily floral beers as well.
Yeah.
And I am getting quite a bit of floral with it.
Okay.
So, yeah, like it's 3.5 in my books isn't bad. It's not a bad beer, but it's to me it wasn't anything special.
Yeah. Well, that's the starkest difference we've had between the beers so far.
However, I do have to say I love the can art. This is one of my favourite can arts.
Yeah, it's good.
And that was one of the reasons why I brought this to the table.
Because of the can art.
Well, yeah, one of the reasons was the can art. I loved it.
It is important.
And also, we were just talking about kind of like taste and stuff. I think I've got a bit of a problem. So one of the hops they used, I mentioned it already, was cryo hop.
Yeah.
Well, the Yakima Chief Hops call it cryo pop.
Yeah.
It's like a cryo hop. Do you know what a cryo hop is?
Something to do with it being on the cold sides.
Yeah. So it's hops which have been frozen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and lie and know exactly what the process is with those hops, but they're frozen hops at the end of the day. And I've drunk a lot of beers with those kind of hops in, and I'm pretty sure there's a correlation of me not enjoying those beers. So it might be the hop.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Who knows?
It's hard to kind of pinpoint that, isn't it? Unless you're like really doing your research and like detailing every hop that's in a beer and then basing your ratings on that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something Untapped need to bring into their ratings.
Yeah.
Give you information. You've rated 20 beers with cryo pop at below 4. You might not like this.
I would literally love that.
They
I would
could
find
do it.
that really useful.
They could do that.
Maybe you
they?
need to work for Untapped, mate.
I'll send them an email.
Right. I think we've done much better than the last episode.
But we still haven't picked out.
We haven't done our
the Untapped
ratings. Okay,
ratings.
quickly, let's do our ratings.
We
I was
did-
just about to wrap up things.
So
then.
I think the rating. No, we did our ratings. We've got to do Untapped ratings.
Oh, Untapped ratings.
And
Yes.
you've already told me that it's 4. So
I'm getting all muddled up. I'm getting all muddled up for this episode.
4.18. I think that's the global rating.
4.05. 4. You always get close on the global.
Pretty close.
There you go. Anyway.
Sorry, Sam.
Good beer. Not my ideal cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
But you really enjoyed it. 4.25. That's a massive score.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm into
Cool.
it.
Well, those were our 2 beers this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think you probably enjoyed them more than me.
I did. I'm never having the Jackie Flan again, but I enjoyed it whilst it lasted.
And I think we've beaten our time from the last episode.
Sam, we are way over what we said we were going to do again.
We've beaten our previous time.
We have just.
So as long as every episode we do, we beat it by a little bit, we're fine.
I mean, we're literally at like an hour 30 now.
I mean, there's one more thing we wanted to quickly tease ahead of the next episode. So Alex and I might have just lined up our first guest for the podcast. We're not going to reveal who that person is, but we did want to give you guys a clue at home. So it's basically our guest we've lined up. We're going to try and get him or her at the end of September, start of October. And we're actually going to try and do it for our 5th episode, which is what we actually mentioned on the podcast. But the clue is, it's someone we mentioned in our last episode. And it's going to be multiple choice. I'll pass that over to Alex. So
it's between 3 people.
No, 4.
4?
Yeah.
Who's the 4th
Don't forget
one?
the other one. I'll do D.
I know 3.
Go on,
so
I'll do D.
Oh, yeah, no, I do know, sorry. So it's Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do the D?
Yeah, whoever's left over, I'll do
Well,
D.
I know who they all are now, I remember.
Oh, do them all.
Sorry, let's start again. Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise,
Mm-hmm.
and Jay Cover.
There you go. Guys, one of those people
I just hope it's not Tom Cruise.
are coming down to our pokey little... No, I'm joking. We will be actually going on a little bit of an excursion to meet this person.
To America. Oh, did I say that?
I was just about to say across the Atlantic. Oh no, Tom Cruise is in London filming Mission Impossible
He's
20.
still here. When is he going home? God.
So yeah, it might not be that long a trip for us.
Sam, let's be honest. Let's just tell them straight.
No,
It's not Tom Cruise.
No, it's not Tom Cruise. No. So that leaves 3 people. But we'll leave you guessing.
Drew Barrymore.
I wish. Yeah, and I think that's a wrap for this week, this episode. We've had another lovely time. Cheers, Alex, to the 3rd.
Cheers, Sam. See you next one.